You're listening to The Real Short Box, a comic book podcast made for geeks by geeks.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in and listening to The Real Short Box. We are here for episode 4 of the Short Box Talks. My name is Donald. I'm here with Kevin. I'm also here with the Sensational One, Aidan, Walter, Mr. Julio, the owner of We Can Be Heroes here in Chatsworth, California, as well as Showtime Rafael.
Well, here's another one that popped up today on Instagram. The sign said, back issue prices will be looked up at the register. Price may differ from cover price or old price sticker. And I love it that they made it look like a bubble, like a talking bubble.
You see, this is what you call...
Because that makes it cute.
Right.
This is what you call douchebaggery at its finest. Because again, what's the point of going to the store if you know that the price can literally change at any moment?
Okay, so I understand about shops needing to survive, and I also understand about, like, having low overhead or, you know, just, like, let's say it's a guy that owns a shop and he's the only employee, and he's like, I own, 30,000 books. There's no way I can go through these every day and price them and see what's hot and what's not hot and stuff. Then that's when you hire somebody part-time, like 5 hours a week or something. Just pay them and have them come and just do
half the time you don't
that.
even have to pay employees.
Right.
Yeah. Pay them in like comics. Yeah, absolutely.
No,
You
but
can
like,
be like, I'll give you
how many
20
books get hot in the day before you open your shop? I mean, like, if you set your Key Collector app to notifications, it'll tell you something hit.
Right, and Key Collector's an app that for like hot comic books, and all kinds of comic books, but it's particularly what's popular.
Right. So what I recommend is before I open the door, or I'm here before we actually open, I check it, and I say, oh look, there's this book. I think we have a couple of these, and I'll go look for them. And that's just part of the game. You have to do and check it. I mean, it's a little bit of work, but it's really, how many books get on that list? 2? Maybe?
Yeah.
You can check it, not a big deal.
But this is my thing, right? So I go to a shop and I find a book priced at like $28. And then I pay for it, big deal. And I get home and I realize that book's worth $60, $70. I'm going to go back there and say, I got a good price book. So, yeah, I got the shop that one time. But then he's going to eventually, catch up. So to me, it's what makes a shop worth going to is finding that rare book in the wild or in the shop that's lower than what it's worth, because then you're getting a better value.
No, part of collecting is having that day you score. That's part of the collecting.
Yeah, there's a bit of a
That's the fun.
Yeah.
Bit of a rush.
Yeah.
The Sensational
One.
One.
Why do you want to ruin that?
That's right. The Sensational One 4 years ago. That famous estate sale. Yeah. We still talk about to this day. God knows.
No, you talk about it. You talk about it.
Motherfucker.
Did you not get a phone call for
No,
that?
I didn't get a phone call.
I know.
He told me about it
I told you
after.
about it. You were working
He
on
told
set.
me after.
I would have told you, by the way, if you're at the shop. I would have told them.
Yeah.
Come across? What happened?
God, we came across so
Here we
many
go.
All right, we're getting off the subject.
Yeah, let's change the subject before I flip this fucking
Yeah,
table.
if I may ask you one quick question, Duke of Newhall.
Yeah.
When someone comes in to sell you books, what's the criteria as far as how much you're willing to pay? So in other words, if a book's worth $100, would you offer them 50?
Did we just talk about this? I
Yeah,
feel like we
we did.
just
What
talked
about me
about this.
personally, from a personal level? Like, how what are his ethics?
I swear he just said it.
Has none.
I know. I'm here to.
I think we've had this topic talked.
Yeah.
No. It depends on what we're buying. If it's a bunch of filler books and stuff like that, I'll pay a box price. Okay. If it's a box that has bulk and keys, I will separate the keys from that box and I will pay accordingly to those things. I try to give at least 50% on keys, but if it's like a major book, like let's say you get a giant size X-Men or a Hulk 181, we're gonna negotiate.
We'll talk.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna try to say, hey, I'm gonna give you $100 for this whole entire box.
Right.
You know, I try to pull out the keys.
What if I'm an old man? I just got out of the nursing home.
You're fucked.
and I
I'm gonna take you.
Wow.
You're old already.
Dude, you're on your way
Hold on a
out,
second.
bro. No,
Hold
I'm
a
kidding.
second.
I'm
Hold a
kidding.
second. You're supposed to be a Christian man. How could you
I
take
know.
advantage of an old man like that?
No, I'm kidding. I
What would
wouldn't.
you-
Now,
Jesus
now,
said.
the one
Yeah.
thing is
Go
you don't
for it,
realize
son.
is that it's very rare that somebody walks in here with a box full of keys.
Yeah.
Of course.
The most of the time, it's a run of. There's a couple good books in there. Maybe there's 5 or 10 books, but no one's walking in here with a box full of 181s.
Right.
I mean,
No, that'd be awesome.
That would be the
That'd be
most-
the best day
Although
ever.
we do know of someone that got lucky. Some famous person got lucky like that.
Cool.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
not in this shop.
Not in this show.
I know where all the keys are. They're on Van Nuys.
Yes. Keys
But
on Van Nuys.
you make a good point. If someone brings a box, the entire run of New Mutants, right, 1 through 100, then
Yeah.
of course we know there's 2 or 3 keys in there. That are,
Right.
You know, everyone's killing.
the-
Yeah,
the
and in for that collection, there's nothing really that crazy valuable except for the Cable and the Deadpool,
Right.
and maybe a couple $10, $20 books in there.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the problem with taking those out and putting them aside and saying, hey, this New Mutant run isn't worth that much,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I'm going to pay you this for that, and then I'm going to pay you accordingly for these. Dude, it's still cheaper. I mean, you're going to make a hell of a profit anyway.
That's true.
And you're still having people walk out of here happy.
With a
Which
smile.
is
So-
yeah. And they'll come back. Trust me. And they tell their friends, and I get more books.
Referrals, yeah.
Yeah,
Now, here's a big question, right?
Yeah.
You own a shop, right?
I do.
And let's just say at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
the comic side of the shop isn't the predominant amount of money you're making.
No,
Right?
the
So how
drugs
did
out
you-
the back.
Yeah.
We're doing really well.
What I'm saying is, the question is, what and how drove you to open the game side and see how well it's doing? And
Greed.
Yeah. He saw how much a box of Pokemon was going for.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know anything about it really. I mean, I had a little experience from our last store. We did a lot of Magic, and I saw how popular that was. And then like when people started talking to me about Pokemon, and they were telling me what cards were worth, and I was just like, what? And then I started seeing it hands on what they could sell for. I was like, this shit's nuts. These kids are going crazy.
they buy it like candy.
Dude, like crack.
I see, and I see this, every day I'm in the shop. I just sit behind the counter and I just say a couple words, and I got 4 or 5 kids buying packs.
Pack battle.
We're just, we're pack battling for packs. I don't even collect Pokemon, but it's just fun because they get so excited about
Oh yeah.
the possibility of winning, and they're spending. 2 guys bought a box at $150 a box.
Parents will.
Yeah.
No, these are not really kids, right?
Oh, these-
I call them kids because I'm in my 40s. They're not really kids. These are 25 to 30-year-old adults. Yeah.
Virgins, yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But these kids are good because these kids tell their friends when there's Pokemon and where to find it. They're not hiding the fact of where things are. They're telling them exactly where to get the Pokemon. And
Yeah,
where
that's
can
true.
can you get Pokemon?
We can be heroes. As a matter of fact, I'm spreading the word too to people I know. Who their
you're
kids are
Oh,
Pokemon.
just not us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Spending your
sounds
Sundays
right.
in the park talking about.
No,
Pokemon?
I'm recommending and referring people to this wonderful, beautiful.
So you're out
I did tag-
telling little
I did
kids
tag some
to
people
come
that
play
had
Pokemon
on
with you.
IG,
Not with me.
that
I said
I've
come to the
bought
store
comics
so
off
we can be
before.
heroes. I
Oh,
tell
cool.
their parents. I said,
About
hey,
the
bring your
sales,
kids
so-
so we can be heroes.
I didn't see them pop on.
I did. I get a lot of
Tried.
free labor for my kid. Like I just got to promise him a
Now,
pack
now
of Pokemon.
tell all our podcasters in podcast land before I get off topic, what's coming up
Yes, right.
here at the shop?
What's coming
Oh
up?
well, I mean, by the time this airs, I mean it's gonna be what, a week or so.
Yeah. So
by then we were already
that'll
matched.
be over.
Jerry Lawler will be gone.
Jerry Lawler will be.
No, August
Looking
1st.
forward,
Well, let's talk about
oh,
August.
yeah,
Let's
August
talk about the
1st.
August stuff.
Oh, wait. Free comic book day's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Not for
It's-
you, sir.
yeah.
Not for you.
No, don't tell.
You have
him.
to actually shop here and buy stuff to get free comic books.
It's
You
true.
can't just show up and get free shit all the
Dude,
time.
have you
Okay?
seen how they changed it? Kind of free comic book day. Like you have to buy bundles of
Yeah.
books, like
25
anywhere from
25
10 to
each.
25.
When
Yeah.
did that change?
'Cause they used to send you a bundle of free shit. Now you have to tell them what you're buying, so they have get their
From
numbers.
what I've
in there.
always understood, Free Comic Book Day for a long time now, you've had to buy the
Yeah, the
books.
comic book stores
The
buy it.
shops pay for them,
Yeah.
but they give them away.
Right.
but they get them at a very cheap price.
Yeah, it depends.
quarter or something.
Yeah, it's quarter to 35 cents each or something like
You know,
that.
the biggest seller is coming.
Which one?
Is the Special Assumptions Killing the Children book.
Really?
Yeah, that's 2 weeks from now.
There's a free comic book day version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God help
yeah.
you! You know that's
Now-
gonna be gone in no time.
With the free comic book day, is it because during COVID it wasn't a day?
Free comic book months.
Right. It was, and it was, they would put something out and no one knew when the hell it would come. Like, I, as a fan of comic books and love Free Comic Book Day, I had no idea that, like, I think I caught a tick one once and, like, I saw somebody was talking about it and I was like, oh, Julio, can you get me that? And you're like, yeah, I'll see what I can do, you know?
Oh,
And,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's all-
Yeah. During COVID, yeah, they had, like, the X-Men, they had a Power Rangers book and...
Now,
couple other
talking
things,
about shitty stores that reprice their books, let's talk about shitty stores that sell Free Comic Book Day comic books. Galaxy Comics.
That's evil.
Oh,
That's
no,
evil.
he's calling them out now.
They sell it on Free Comic Book Day?
Yeah,
They're selling them?
they're not selling you the book itself. They're selling you the right to buy the book.
What
Oh,
the
yeah.
right to buy the
You
book?
buy a raffle
man.
ticket.
Wow.
Okay? You buy a raffle ticket for $20,
Wow.
and they spin the wheel, and if it hits, you have the
Wow.
right to pick up one of their free comic books. So he says, well, we're not selling it.
Yes, you are.
We're giving you an opportunity to be one of the first ones to get this good book.
Once
but
again.
Wow.
if they're taking payment, or they tell you this, if you spend $100, you get a free raffle ticket, or you can buy a ticket for $20. That is
If you
selling
spend
it.
$100, you're
douchebaggery.
still not getting a 25 to 50 cent
No, you
comic?
get a raffle tickets.
Holy
That's douchebaggery.
shit.
That's douchebaggery at its
Speaking of
finest.
douchebaggery, Kevin, what do you think about that?
I just said that's douchebaggery at its finest.
Oh, okay.
First of all,
Just
that's
checking.
That shop.
Whoosh.
That shop that you mentioned, they are.
Galaxy Comics?
Yeah, I had a situation there myself last year where they wanted to sell me that last Runner One on day one for like $25 or something like that. I was like, okay,
Oh.
No, the worst part is
I don't do
the worst
that.
part is
We don't do that
yeah.
here.
But the worst part, okay, let's just say they said, Kevin, we're gonna charge you $25 for that book. Okay, I get it. It's not right, but they do it. But the worst
Yeah.
part is if you've been on their pull list for years, they still make you pay that $25.
that's evil.
Yeah.
That's
No,
evil.
I-
You don't
yeah.
do that.
You know what?
No,
I
don't do
remember
that. You don't do that.
that place out in the parking lot, I got touched inappropriately.
Are you serious?
It was myself, but still.
I can tell you one thing.
Inappropriate.
But you can, hey, what you can find there is really shitty prices, one crappy employee,
Oh,
and like
man.
5 caps.
Oh,
You know what?
man.
It's like you do like the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. The one plus about that store is there's a young lady who works there, very helpful, very nice,
Oh yeah, I know. She's
super
nice.
cool
Yeah,
to
she's
work.
nice. She's very nice.
She's a huge fan of Saga, so she'll talk to you forever about how you should start reading Saga. But she's so nice, and I say, how do you work here? Because that guy's such a douche. And all she says is, yeah, I know, but understand, he's got a lot going on. It's not about the big check.
She goes on vacation every like 3 months. What
The,
the fuck are you talking about?
the opinions of Rafael do not necessarily,
express,
Do not
Right.
express the same opinions of the
Not
real short
necessarily,
box.
but
or,
We can be
or we
heroes.
can be heroes comic books.
Yes.
Walter, didn't you had a situation there, right?
Which one? I had a couple.
Oh, well, you can talk about one of them.
What was it? I don't know. I stopped going there like a year.
I know you had like he's very political.
Oh
Walter?
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
very
Oh,
political.
I'm surprised.
Is
Oh no, at the shop.
Is,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
He, is he like some kind of socialist or something?
I don't know if
no.
he's socialist, but he is very political, and like he's like I would go there on Wednesdays because they just open before other stores, so I would have Wednesdays off. I'd go there just to pick up books, and he would talk to customers, and they would talk politics or whatever. So it's like whatever they're talking about, it's whatever.
Right.
But he would say he's like, oh, I found out a customer was Republican, and he didn't really like that.
What?
He didn't even like that. He's like, and he pretty much says like, I'd rather not have a customer than have a Republican customer.
Whoa, that is stupid. First of all, you're killing off probably like 40% of your base right there.
I mean,
he's in California. I don't think
it's-
he's killing off 20%.
No. There are a lot of Republicans out there who keep it to themselves.
They
for obvious
hide.
reasons.
They're in the
Kevin,
hiding.
is this your coming out party as a Republican?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it is.
No, he's a libertarian.
Hey, but here's my thing. So okay, there's on occasion, Julio will say, hey, we're short a book. So I go to a lot of different comic shops to find certain books, and most of the comic shop by chance you get what you get, and you see how every shop does business a little different than normal, right?
Yeah.
Some shops don't enjoy You want 6 copies, take them off the shelf. They don't care. They just
Yeah.
want them, but they buy a lot. So they have a huge amount of orders, so they need to get rid of a bunch of orders. Right?
Right.
Are you still doing the glove thing?
No, it's gone. No gloves. You still have you have to wear a mask, but no gloves.
You do your temperature and you walk in.
Yeah, but it's like but
Rectal?
when you work at a shop,
Nice.
like we spend a lot of time at We Could Be Heroes, and you see the way it works here, and you go to other shops, you expect to be treated a certain way, or you expect things to go a certain way, and you go there, and you're like, damn, this sucks. Like you go in there and you say, hey, you want bags and boards? I sure do. They're over there, and you walk over there, and there's a bag of bags, and there's a box of boards.
Right.
You gotta
Or-
put yourself put your own together, right?
Or they're 50 cents a piece.
I was
no.
about
Put
to say
together.
that.
50 cents a piece?
58 cents. The new, they've gone up 58 cents because they say plastic's going up.
Yeah, it is. It's
So
gonna.
58 cents up for a bag and board.
It's insane.
The worst is when they basically give you a book that's priced higher because it's a variant in a bag and board already, and the book it says $7, and then they're going, oh, and by the way, it's 58 cents for the bag and board. I'm like, what, the old one that's already in? They're like, yeah. Well, then take it out.
Oh my God. No.
Yes.
Give me a fresh new one.
I
They
mean-
want to give you one. They
Yeah.
want to give the old one.
So it's like, I mean, it's not like when you go to We Can Be Heroes and they give you a bag and board.
Right.
No
You know,
question asked.
No question asked. I mean,
As a matter of fact, I've been blessed to get, golden.
you
Age.
don't shop here, Kevin. When was the last time you bought a book here?
Today, in fact.
What'd you buy?
A spec book,
You bought
probably.
a
It's all about
bunny
spec
mask.
books.
Wait. He bought one
Fucking
book.
Guy.
Last week I
He
bought
bought
4.
one book.
Last
He
week I
doesn't
bought
read 'em.
4.
He doesn't
it's
read
a
'em.
spec.
Hey,
That's not
spec guy.
true.
Hold on
It's
here.
not
Hold
fully-
on.
They should
hold
go
on,
take
hold
you
on.
outside and kick your ass.
You come.
Yeah, that's
You
what
come.
they're-
To,
we're
you
gonna
come to the
record that
shop.
after.
You come to the shop.
I hate all you spec
every
guys.
Saturday, you sit on the couch. You smoke up the air, but yet you buy one book.
Now,
Oh,
look,
man.
these aspersions are not
Sucking
accurate.
down quarter pounder cheeseburgers.
How do you go?
Drinking
Hey,
from the
how do you get all? How do you
non-biodegradable
get all,
cups.
all like big? These aspersions.
I know. I went to the University of Miami.
Oh, you remember what school
You
I
know,
went
the
to?
Rock went there,
Yeah.
and
That's true. That is
Never
true.
acknowledged him.
Kevin
Oh.
is going to do some dirty deeds if he has to get
That is
our
not true.
to get our podcast popular.
That is not true.
Like if
Really?
you have to go. And by the way, the real short box
That's
is a
not
great
true.
podcast.
That's not
You're
true.
gonna do it.
Look,
It's
I
just the
want
way
to
it
do
is.
things and bend the rules a little bit, but I will not go and stoop to those
You
levels.
take your teeth out, Kevin.
No,
Yeah.
no.
So now, I guess I don't want to change some subject, but so right now the spec market is driven by movies, right? The new movie comes out,
And everything drives us
Right.
back.
but
Market.
let's go back into like the '80s when there wasn't really big movies like that. What drove the market?
Popularity.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Popularity within collectors.
Yeah.
I think
And
Amazing
so-
Spider-Man was doing really
Everyone
well.
was trying to finish their runs.
Okay.
Right. Like if I really like that newest issue of Incredible Hulk. It's great. It's part 1 of 5, and it looks like it's going to be really cool.
I hear Watchmen's a really good book.
Yep. Everybody wants it then, and that's what it is. It's
Dark Knight
word. It was
Returns. It's
word
like-
of mouth and printed page. Then you'd
Yeah.
you'd have magazines that
Yeah.
comic shop news.
And you had to hunt for runs because there was no trades. So if a storyline went by, you would just hear about it. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to read it, you actually had to go find the issues.
I used
So
to
around
love
what-
that. I used to love going to the comic book shop as a kid and
What
just
changed?
Yeah.
Where
He
you
owned
get-
one. He
Yeah.
owns one.
No, it's the internet.
Only
I
one.
love going in there and being like, "What is out?" Because I wouldn't know.
What's the last book you actually read?
The last book I read.
No, I mean for a comic book. He read that for that thing. But what's the last comic book that you picked up and read?
Oh, I just got
And
the,
I was
the
on that
trade for
podcast thing
the
longer than he was.
Power Rangers. The
I said comic book, no
Well, it's
trades.
a trade.
Let's say comic book. What's the last?
Last floppy.
Yeah.
Maniac in New York number 4.
Sean, what's the last?
Maniac of New York #4. There was 5 issues.
Yeah, I
You read the
haven't,
5th.
I haven't read the
I
Whatever
just
the
read the
current
fourth.
issue of
So I'm right there with
Strange
you.
Academy, Better Ray Bill, and Strange Adventures is.
What are you reading right now, Wally?
Reading Die.
Oh, that's pretty good.
There's what's the Truth Department of Truth.
Truth. Oh yeah.
Anything Tinian?
Anything Tinian?
Yeah, Tinian right now, and everything else is just like manga.
I've been interested in getting
Cherry?
into manga. Cherry's pretty
You reading
good.
Cherry?
Well, hey, how about you, Aidan? What have you been into? What have you been reading?
I like The Nice House in the Lake. What else? I've been liking that What If series by Spider-Man. With Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
The Shadow
The
one?
Shadow.
Oh yeah, Spider Shadow. Ooh,
Oh.
that's really good. All those What If stuff I've been really
Kevin?
liking.
Okay, what are you reading? Absolutely nothing.
I like-
Spec guy.
I like the Bunny Mask. That's actually pretty good.
You
so far.
just got one issue.
And you said you haven't even read it.
The second issue I haven't read.
Oh,
yet.
so you read the first one.
You did read the first one?
Have you read what is it? Red Room?
Red Room.
Have you read
Pretty,
Red Room?
pretty offensive.
I heard of it.
Pretty offensive.
I gotta
What do
watch
you-
it.
Was
what
that
you-
Scout?
Yeah. No. That's a whole other comic company.
Oh,
What are you reading right now, Donald?
Today I just finished the first issue of Magic from Boom.
Oh,
The Magic.
Yeah.
was it
Yeah.
good?
Pretty good so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No, it's
introducing
kinda
the. It's
I think it's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Well, the first issue's
I
fine.
I like the Magic stuff. I think it's kind of.
Well, we just shit on
I'm
my
pushing
parade.
along because it's the Magic property.
All right, cancel that off my pull list. I'm
Oh,
done with
What
that.
do you
Yeah.
think?
You just cost me money, man. You
I
just
know,
cost
it's
me money.
Yeah, I'm done with this shit.
I think it's bad. doesn't mean everyone
Aiden
else
doesn't
thinks
like
it's
it.
bad.
I'm out.
Dude,
I'd like
it,
to see something that's not as into
And
Magic
you know
as
what?
I am.
Aiden
See what
likes
you think about the
everything.
property.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
The last
that's true.
I
book
didn't really like Magic.
I read was this morning was The Lot.
Oh,
yes.
how was
I
it?
actually want to get that one.
Yeah. Good luck.
Too fucking bad. You're
Really?
out of luck.
yeah,
Yeah, you-
spec guy.
The Lot was a really good read.
Yeah?
Super good read.
That
give me
looks
a copy?
so good.
He took it.
Oh,
Yeah.
this fuck.
I get another one. The Lot, bad idea. One per person. I'm not going to tell you how I can find more than one per person.
Yeah.
But it's
Isn't it a bad idea? Did it turn out to be a bad idea?
actually okay, look. So all of their artists are I'm not gonna say they're up and coming, but none of them draw. Well, then their names that appear as the artist are on any other book anywhere else. And the guys who are writing their stuff and drawing their stuff, they're not anywhere else. Now they could be using different names. I don't know. But I think what Bad Ideas is doing is giving a forum for up-and-coming artists and writers to write to possibly get deals with bigger companies. That's what I think Bad Ideas was.
That's not a bad idea, though.
No.
Wait, like Paul? Was it Paul or Robert? Robert Venditti.
Yes.
He's written for DC for years.
Yeah, but he
He's
stopped
got
for a while.
huge books. Like he had just gotten off
He did
of Green
at one point.
Lantern,
Yeah, Green Lantern.
and he did a hell of a job. He ran 50 issues.
Green
on
Lantern
it.
was
Yeah,
trash.
Yeah, he
That's
took-
trash.
he took
No,
off
that
Jeff
was
Johns.
good.
Trash.
It's
Trash.
It
Fucking
started
trash.
out bad.
No.
I'll admit.
What, the Morrison run?
No, the Venditti
Venditti
run.
right after Jeff
It
Johns.
started
Oh.
off kind of but then near the tail end, when he brought back the fucking Dark Stars, dude.
Yeah, it's like Nick Spencer for Spider-Man.
I'm all
it's
in on
trash,
that.
and then he writes like 3 good books, and everyone's like, "Oh, Nick Spencer!" It was trash. He just wrote you 3 books on his way out.
Nick Spencer is an indie guy.
Yes, indie guy.
And he can only write
Good indie stories.
single, no, he has to have it's like a group
One
stories.
shots.
He has to,
Like
he
a-
has to
like
write
a
a group,
Question.
a group team.
So wait, you like Morning Glories?
I just said a group
Oh.
team. But if he's writing Avengers or something like that, but if you put him on Captain America or something,
It's over.
he can't write himself out of a paper sack.
Yeah.
Quick questions. We're on the topic of writers. 2021, right now, who do you think is the
Tinian.
best writer right now?
Man,
Tinian.
I still
I'll say
think
it's
it's.
Tinian.
I'm still going with
Tinian's
Tom
like
Taylor.
the Stephen King of comic books right now. Tinian's
Or
that-
Sardar, or
Would that be the
Sardarsky.
Joe Hill?
I'm still going with Tom Taylor.
Well,
Dark
Okay.
horse. He's a dark horse, but I'm going with Tom Taylor.
I'm
Not
only
Tom
going
King.
Tinian because I read most of his shit. Like,
Alright, so
I
the
read
top
Kyle.
three.
I
You're
like
gonna say
I like
Tinian,
Kyle
top three.
Higgins.
yeah.
Kyle Higgins is good.
Yes, I agree. Kyle Higgins. Yeah.
Cates has been good, but I do think Cates has been great on the stuff he's done. But the things he did were really similar. Like
Yeah.
Thor
It's like
and
Jason
Venom,
Aaron stuff.
Now he's
they're
doing
pretty
the
close.
Hulk.
I think Cage has a 90s flair to him and everything. Everything's big.
Who wrote Maniac? What was that person's name?
I don't know, but that was
I
pretty
think
good
it's a-
though.
By the way, the colorist
Yeah.
of Maniac
Yeah.
is the same colorist of Bunny Mask.
Yeah.
Extreme art and color. It's
Oh.
really.
Well,
That
you know
makes a lot of sense.
the new like Haha, the guy who's doing Haha.
That's last
His
issue.
but his new book comes out next week called Mom.
Yeah, I saw that. The mother of something.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fucking brilliant.
I think I put it on my list.
Mother
Cool.
Madness.
Yeah.
So but I think what Bad Idea is going to do is because they got the last 5 coming out. They're bundles, right? So you get the bundle number 1, 5 books, and the bundle number 2, 5 books. But you had to pre-buy. You can no longer buy them. You have to pre-buy them. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to basically go out of business for a sense, and then Good Idea is going to appear out of nowhere
Yeah.
or whatever. it's
Not
gonna
so
be.
bad idea.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Fresh idea.
Interesting idea.
Worst idea.
Fresh idea.
Nah.
I think it was, honestly, to tell you the truth, I think, it was, let me show our art, let me show what we have, and then see more or less what sells and what doesn't. Because I remember that pizza book that they said, we're selling the book today, and whatever you don't buy,
man.
we're going to burn the rest
That
of
pissed
them.
me off. I wanted that book. Like the story sounded fucking.
I can give you one, I got like
bonkers.
10 of them.
I'll take one.
Oh, you didn't burn them?
No.
I just want to
They
read
burn
it.
it.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't understand why you just want to get your books out there. I don't. look, man, you can't
It's the hype.
control.
You got to make your own hype. You got to be your own
But
hype.
it's-
It's the
Yeah, yeah,
flavor.
yeah.
It's the flavor of comics. You
Right.
you have to.
They're creating
it's-
it.
Flavor of
This is a comic company called Bad
Yeah.
Idea, and
Yeah.
they had a different way of doing things than any other company, which is what's setting them apart and creating controversy, which is what they wanted because now the name's out there. Meanwhile, you have other companies like Scout, or what was it, Mammoth or something like that. What's the other one?
Aftershock.
Aftershock, Black Mask. Those they had to do a slow build, like putting out small.
There was some money
books and
behind it.
stuff.
There was money. Someone put money behind that
Oh
company.
yeah,
it
but it's
wasn't
still
free.
just
Well,
like
he's a
Valiant.
Valiant guy.
Yeah.
When it came back, Valiant had to do the same
No, I'm
way.
talking about Bad
No,
Idea.
it's literally the same guy.
Who?
That
For
makes
what?
sense
Yeah.
because they did that slow build
For who?
Yeah.
and they built
For
it into
Bad
something.
Idea is I can't remember his name, but he was the guy
He's
that
Valiant.
bought and restarted Valiant in 2012. And all those guys that produced Bad Idea books, they're Valiant guys he hired from the guy from Jump.
Yeah, so like
So-
like and then like they're selling.
veterans.
Diddy.
Yeah, they're selling
he
these.
was Valiant.
Like for every book, every store has a pin they give out. And then basically the lot was the last pin you could get, and they're gonna announce next week what those pins get you. And people are selling those pins on eBay for $350. And people are buying them because they're all expecting to get that book that's gonna be worth thousands later. You know,
It's a
ENIAC.
fucking gimmick.
Here's
It
the
is.
thing. Yeah, here's the thing. The other company
But
that,
Supreme makes
that did
millions.
just as
That's
good,
what they're trying to do, make millions
the
off of
the
it.
other company that was just as good with gimmicks, no longer exists and is put under like they're done. And that's Malibu Comics.
Yeah,
100%.
Marvel.
100%. They were perfect at hyping their books. They had the most ingenious style and the ways to advertise and to like give freebies away and stuff like that, and to get gold variants and autograph books and things like that. They did a wonderful job. The only thing is that they put out too much too soon,
That's right.
and they couldn't recoup. So they had to sell.
I think
that was
what-
the thing.
yeah, I
and
think
it was
what-
going to be with DC, but that changed.
I think the good thing with Bad Idea was, yes, they're gimmicky, and some people don't like their style, but they're putting out good products. Like
Yeah.
none of the books that I've gotten from them were shit. Like,
Right.
you know,
Well, dude, I mean, that's how Valiant started. All their books were good. So, I mean, that's where when they first started with Jim Shooter and
Quality books.
Well, with Shooter, yeah.
yeah, they were all quality books, and you want to read them. The art on the cover wasn't amazing. You know, it's
No.
what brought you to it was the good stories that were.
What I loved is when they didn't have a writer on a book, Shooter would just jump in and write it and then put somebody else's name. You'd make up a name. So, like, half the shit with names, you're like, who's that? It's probably Jim Shooter. Okay, that's going to just about do it. Thank you all for tuning in and listening to the Real Short Box, our very special episode of Short Box Talks here at We Can Be Heroes in Chatsworth, California. Again, I am Donald. I'm here with Kevin and the whole gang here at the comic shop. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. Please seek us out on all of our podcast platforms. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Amazon, Google, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and a whole host of other podcast platforms. If you can't find us, let us know. We'll get on that platform for you. You can also find us under Rumblespoon Productions on our YouTube page. And again, if we don't see you out and about anytime soon, perhaps we will see you someday at the majestically beautiful, fantastical, gloriously just shiny comic book shop. Thank you, everybody.
This has been The Real Short Box. We'll see you at the comic shop. Thanks for listening.